Hey everybody, welcome to the next video in Guitarjitsu. In the last video we had the major pentatonic mini scale, and if you hadn't figured it out already, it's like half of a box. You got 3 strings worth. So now I'm going to show you where the major mini scale fits into the boxes of the pentatonic. I'm going to start in root position 1 of our root scale. If you don't know what a root scale is, go back to lesson 1. I think that's the one that it's in. Excuse me. So here is root position 1 right here. And here's our mini scale shape. And that's another root right there, but I've got the root position circled. And then here's the other notes in the scale. You get the other 3 strings. So you got a full box now of the major pentatonic when you know what note is on your low E string. This is the low E string, and it turns into box 2 of the major pentatonic. Okay, here's root position 2 here. That's our root and our root scale. And when we build our mini scale here, we shift up for the B string, and we end up with the 3rd box of the pentatonic. See the 3rd box? Where it fits in. Okay, here's our 3rd position, and it turns into the 4th box because here's our 3rd position, and we only have room for 2 strings worth of our mini scale, but we fill in the rest of the notes, and we have the 4th box of the pentatonic. Hope you can see that 4th box of the pentatonic. Yeah. Okay, here's our 4th position of the pentatonic. It's on any note on the A string. And you'll see it's the major pentatonic, and we'll see when we put our mini scale in here that it only fits in one place. The scale only fits in one place in any of these boxes. The mini scale only fits in one place. So you'll never get confused between your major and minor because they start differently. 3 fret stretch and then a 4. And the minor does a 4 and then a 3. So it's just opposite, so you will never get confused. But this makes the 5th box of the major pentatonic. Okay, and we're at the top of box 1 now with our major mini scale, major pentatonic mini scale, and it turns into box 1, and that's the 5th position. Now the final position will just simply be back up here at the box of top of box 2, and we're going to start completely over. So I'm not going to show you that one. So you end up back in box 2, and at the top you have the root, and at the bottom you'll have the root. High E, low E, or they're both identical. So it goes right back to box 2. So there's your 5 positions, your 5 boxes, and where the major pentatonic it can be found in major pentatonic mini scale. Hope that's clear. Again, if I have any questions, I never have any questions, but if you do, just send them, put them in the comments, and I'll respond or whatever. Sorry for the huge gap in time between videos, but you know, over the road, stuck in blizzards, all that kind of thing. So if you followed the course up to now, you've got your major and minor chords in every key all over the neck. You've got the ability to put together your chord progression fragment so that you can play chords in a certain progression all over the neck on the fly. It's really cool. And then you've got the ability to play both major and minor pentatonic scales all over the neck. And the way, of course, you practice this will be the same way that we practiced everything up to now. And you're going to start with your root in your root scale, whatever string that's on your low E. Then you're going to play through your major pentatonic box, and then you're going to shift to the next position of your root scale and play through the major pentatonic box there, and the next position of the root scale. And then you're going to look ahead and look behind and skip and play those boxes. You're going to jump 7 and 8s. If you don't know what that is, look back. Jump 7 and 8s, and in other lessons I covered that, and play the boxes in those positions, and you should start having a complete mastery of the major and minor pentatonic scale, as far as finding them, knowing where to play in a certain key, keeping up with what note you're on, what key you're in. And if you get lost, you go to the safety net fret, which is fret 7, because it's easy to know where the notes are on it. B, E, A, D, G, C, F. You go to look at the safety net fret lesson that I got on that. What if you get lost in the system? What if you're like, uh-oh, I'm going to a chord change, now where's my note at? And you can't, you're lost. You get confused with your progression fragment. You can always land on that 7th fret, somewhere on that 7th fret, and figure out where you're at. So anyway, after this we're going to get into the diatonic scales. I'll do major, minor diatonic, and then I'm going to jump right into the modes. And by the time we get through these series of videos coming up with the major, minor diatonic and the modes, you should be able to have lots of options. And that's what I want. I want you to be able to see a note. Someone's playing a G chord. I want you to see the G's and have tons of options of things that you can do with that G chord. It's G major, you have lots of options to do with the G major chord. You can play all kinds of things over it. Eventually we're going to get to arpeggio shapes and stuff based off the root and off of each string, and you just have lots of options, lots of things to improvise with, and it'll break you out of a rut. This is a complete system for understanding the guitar and being creative with it, just making stuff up. So anyway, hope you like it. Hope you get something out of it. Just like and subscribe and tell your friends. And seems like for some reason on YouTube my channel's just come to a standstill. I hadn't had any more subscribers. I get a subscriber and I lose one. I don't know what's going on with it, but oh well. If I never get another subscriber and I actually help the ones that subscribe, that's enough for me. It's a reason for me to make these videos. Anyway, see you next time. Thanks. Bye.